Oh, Ryan, I didn't know that this was going to be the first question out of the chute, but I did want to ask you. I was curious. We all on here know what that social media can be, kind of a cesspool of just negativity. I'm just wondering how you view that in terms of. I see a lot of the stuff going on social media, people coming after you, that kind of stuff. You also get some praise as well. But how do you keep a positive attitude when people are getting negative with you in those kind of situations?
Uh, I'm blessed, man. I don't know. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm comfortable with who I am as a person. Yeah, there's a lot of negativity. But if you live for someone's approval, you'll die for their criticism. So good or bad, you can't listen to it, man. It comes with the territory, and you just got to push forward.
All righty, let's go on to Brooke Pryor. Brooke, go ahead.
Hey, Switzer, it looked like over the summer and throughout the offseason, you were with Ben quite a bit during his rehab and seeing him kind of work his way back. When we talked to Vance yesterday, he said that he could see in some of those offseason workouts just this hunger that was different from Ben. I was curious, what did you see out of him the whole time? Vance said he saw him push his arm maybe more than he expected, just to show that he could do it to himself. What were you seeing?
Yeah, so the first couple off seasons with Seven, you realize that he likes to take that time to spend with his family and to give his arm a break because of how much how much he throws throughout the year. Obviously, missing last year and having the surgery was a different type of off season for him. Knowing him like I do off the field, it was a really neat process to be involved with, to be honest with you. And I'm talking about his rehab process. It was inspiring to see someone with his credentials, with his success, push forward like he did. I think I've said it in the past, it would have been really easy for someone who has it all, who has the trophies, the money, everything, to take a back seat and let something like that beat him, but he didn't. And I was fortunate enough to be, with him throughout his rehab process and see how hungry he was, see how detail oriented he was, to see how focused he was. It was just something really unique to be a part of. And like I said, I was fortunate that he allowed me to be so close. And it's good to get back out on the field with him. I tell you, it's really good to be back out there with him.
All righty, let's go to Joe Rudder. Joe, go ahead.
Hey, Ryan. Could you kind of take us through the catch you had there in the 2-minute drill near the sideline? And is that kind of example of what you can bring to this offense?
Yeah, I mean, there's, in my mind, there's no limit on what I believe that I can bring to this offense. And, I've pushed myself really hard this offseason because I believe I can help this team win a championship. And, I got to prove Seven right. I got to prove a lot of people right. That's what I've been focused on. I haven't focused on the people that, I'm trying to prove wrong. I'm trying to prove, Coach Tomlin and Mr. Colbert and Mr. Rooney. I'm trying to prove all the people that believe in me right. So Seven being one of them. He trusts me in those situations. I was fortunate enough to be out there with the ones and get those reps, which I never take for granted. So I'm excited to see what this year holds for me individually. I believe that I'm really optimistic for myself, and hopefully it pans out that way.
Thanks, Joe. We'll move on to Mark Caboli of The Athletic. Mark, go ahead.
Hey, Ryan. I guess your observation on Rothben's accuracy today, yesterday, I guess especially today, has it been different? It seemed like he was on point today.
He was slinging it today. And I tell you where you can really see it is you can really see it in film when you're watching it, is you get to see a couple different angles of the ball and the velocity, and you see things on the field and you're like, and then you go and watch it on the film and it just validates that, yeah, that was a ball. He's been throwing it really well, man. He's been throwing it consistently on back-to-back days. I'm, like I said earlier, I'm so excited to be out there with him again. and it's good to have him back. And hopefully, as the training camp progresses, and as the receivers, as we continue to get our legs up under us, and we continue to get that timing back with 7 and 18 continue to work together, because they've still got so much chemistry that they can build upon. We just continue to keep trending upward, and we'll see where we're at come mid-September.
All righty, we got time for 2 more. We'll go to Noah Strackbean of Sports Illustrated. Noah, go ahead.
Hey, Ryan. A couple of pictures that you posted over the offseason kind of show that, you got bigger, but also, you look a little more shredded, I guess the word would be. Did you do anything different to kind of get in the shape that you're in?
Yeah, so it's interesting. I'm bigger, stronger, faster, all those things, but I'm about 6 pounds lighter than I was coming into last year. I spent a little, my wife and I hired a chef. Not that I hadn't always focused on nutrition, but I really intently focused on what I was putting into my body, what time I was putting certain foods into my body. Like Coach Tomlin always says, he really harped on it this year, especially because of the lack of the off season. Physical conditioning supersedes or proceeds anything that we do, right? So, I'm not going to go into my full training detail, but I feel as prepared as ever. I'm 25 years old, in the best shape of my life. And now it's up to me to put it to use, right? Because all that training can go by the wayside if you don't go out there and perform. But I feel like I'm in a good spot between my physical conditioning, my experience, my growth as a receiver, to kind of mesh those two together and really put together a good year for myself.
All righty, last one. We'll go to Brian Bacco. Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Ryan. Just a few minutes ago, you were talking about how you need to prove Ben right and the belief that he has in you. For as much as you've talked ball with him, him telling you what he wants to see out of you, how much input does he have on the receivers specifically who end up making this roster? And I guess for you, how nice is it to know that is one of the maybe positives working in your factor is that rapport with Ben?
Well, I think it's always important, man, in any walk of life to have people that are in your corner, to have people that believe in you, and football and this industry is no different. I'm fortunate to have a quarterback who understands my skill set and my ability and what I'm capable of doing. I don't know per se what say he does or doesn't have in terms of roster spots or this and that. I don't really concern myself with that. I try to go out there and take advantage of each rep that I get with him, because he's done pretty much everything you can do as a professional football player. He's seen pretty much everything you can do. He's played with every type of receiver. So I trust his opinion. I trust what he has to say. If he says something's not right or he says something can be better, 99.9% of the time, something's not right and something can be better. So, I'm fortunate to play with him, man. And I know he's someone that's in my corner. When I say prove him right, I mean literally that. I try to prove him right because I know he believes in me. And it's nice to have someone in your corner. It's nice to have your quarterback in your corner. And, but as far as all the other stuff goes, man, I don't really concern myself with that. I don't know, so not really up to me.